Hey, good evening. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. Doing
All
good. How are
right, all
you?
right. I'm good. I'm good. It's Musilog, and we're here with Mr. Quincy Valentine, and tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and I'm going to sort of keep it like that until we chop it up a little bit and talk about it. You have an EP that's about to drop tomorrow or midnight. Do you think we'll be able to get it at midnight tonight?
Yeah, we get it at midnight tonight.
All right, all right. So we have a pre-launch event where we're going to just chop it up and talk to the folks, let the folks know and the fans know that there's some new music coming, and we're excited about it.
Yo,
And,
definitely.
and how am I looking on the IG side of things? Let's see how
Like,
that looks
you're
over here.
good. You're good.
I'm good. All right, all right. And we have a couple of people watching. Folks, feel free to jump in the chat and let us know where you are coming in from, where you checking in from, and let me get a couple of things here so I can have the chat room ready. Someone is saying hello on the IG side. You know who that is?
Yep, I'm waving to everybody as they come in.
Okay.
Appreciate
Yeah, man.
everybody for
So
joining in. Definitely appreciate the support. This
that's
is gonna
what's
be
up.
fun.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, man, what a year! What a couple of months! What a year! Uh, we've started a cool relationship here. Pause. Let me say pause in the middle there. But pretty much, in terms of again, shout out to Sticks Bones for making the introduction. Shout out to Explore Music Group. Shout out to Musilog family, and this is uh, our third project, pretty much in
Oh
terms
yeah, it
of
is.
Musilog and Sam's Digital working with you. And we're really happy and excited that you have this new record coming out. And I'm happy that you're capitalizing on your name, Valentine's. Yeah, we're doing a hack tonight. We're hacking. We're techies that's hacking on. I see my friend Richard Raymond Richardson, or we call him Reggie. Thanks, Reggie, for jumping in. And we have Sherry Ann, and she's saying hello to Quincy. I don't know. You seen the chat, Quincy, on your side?
I can only see IG, so I can't see.
Oh, okay. So I'll just. Actually, what I could do is I can do that, and you'll see some comments. There, you see a comment underneath there. So that's Raymond Richardson. We call him Reggie. He's tuning in to show his love and support. And we have Sherry Ann Sylvester. Thanks for tuning in. And she says, "Howdy, Quincy. All the best with the new music." And
Thank you, Marianne.
all right.
It's
So
gonna take me a little while to figure out what my headphones are at this moment.
where your headphones are, man?
Somewhere around here. Somewhere around here.
Okay. So I'll have to use that hack thing. Oh, D Mello is from the Bronx. All right. All right. And I know Reggie's in Jersey. Sherry Ann is in Tobago. And so we got Tobago in the house, we got Jersey in the house,
Yeah.
and we have the Bronx in the
Yeah, we
house.
got the Bronx. Shout out to everybody on IG.
That's what's up.
Don, Javon, Angel, Ayana, everything. All right.
Oh, they
Keep
went for the
jumping
EP
in.
to drop. They're dropping midnight tonight.
Yeah, dropping midnight tonight.
All right.
Excited. This is a first. So I was feeling a little heavy because it was, it's such a big,
Mm.
thing. I was talking to somebody earlier this week, and it was like, it's such a big difference from dropping a whole project versus dropping a single. And I was feeling good dropping the singles, and I was good. But then,
Mm-hmm.
dropping the EP all of a sudden, I'm like, this is kind of heavy. This takes a little bit more energy. Project
Yes,
done.
it
I'm like
does.
two
Yes,
days
it does.
before, and I'm like, wow, this is different.
Yes, it's certainly different. It's because you're putting out more songs. Then you got to figure out which song is the one that we want to push. and it's an overall thing. So what you're going to title it, how is it going to feel. You might have to like exchange a few songs on there and say, well, will this one work in the flow? Would that one work? So it is a pickle when you're putting a full project together. It's definitely a pickle. And but you made it through. You have it 6 selections, right?
5.
5. Am I adding on the bonus? Am I speaking I'm speaking
I
prophetically.
think you're
There's
speaking
gonna be
prophetically.
That's prophetically, yes. So there's gonna be a bonus remix somewhere on the project.
I guess somewhere down the line, I got to drop another
It
song.
might be a
I
hidden
guess sooner
track.
than later.
Maybe a hidden track. You got to listen to the whole record to see if you hear that 6th record on there, right?
No, I got it. Like You Do is the 6th track. It's not on the EP.
That's what's up. That's
There he
what's up.
goes.
I'm a Jodeci fan, and there was a time we were waiting for Jodeci to come back, and Jojo and Casey put out a record, and they had a hidden Jodeci record on there, on one of the albums,
Right.
and of course it's not in a lineup, so you had to listen, like actually had the album had to play for you to hear it. You're like, wait, this is another record, and of course it was straight up Jodeci, man. When I heard that, I was like, oh.
Yeah, back when you could do it. I think I was talking to somebody and they were wondering. They're like, "Yeah, how do I do a hidden record?" I'm like, "It's the streaming age. You can't do it anymore."
So what I think Janet Jackson did something like that too on one of her albums, and what it was the last song, instead of it, it's like maybe a 3 or 4 minute song, but when you look on the program, it was probably like 22 minutes. So if you played the album and fell asleep or something, it would run the timeout, and then you hear this song all the way down. You're like, where is this song coming from? But it's a Janet record,
Right.
so maybe we could start playing with that technology a little bit. So let's talk about the inception, because you probably had this set up even before you did Daydreams. What was the inception? What was going through the mind of Quincy Valentine getting ready for this EP?
So it's interesting. Actually, I had it in my mind that I wanted to drop an EP on Valentine's Day.
Mm.
And I hadn't talked to Explore yet. It was just a thought that came to mind.
Shout out to Explore.
Shout out to Explore. It's a thought that came to mind, and I had written a few things. I actually wrote 3 of the songs on the EP over the summer.
Mm.
And what ended up happening was, the first track on the EP is called Let's Groove. And that was actually going to be the first single originally.
Mm.
Before I talked to Explore about my idea of hopefully doing the EP, I was just kind of like, all right, first we were like, all right, no, let's drop a single, every other month. That's where I was, trying to go at some point. But then, as I sent them over Let's Groove, they loved it. And we're getting ready to like, all right, we're going to get this together and this is what we're going to drop. We're figuring out who the feature artist is going to be. And then they're like, yo, send some other stuff. Let's see what else you got. And I sent over Daydreams.
Okay.
And that was that. It was like, I think we need to go with Daydreams.
That's all right. That's all right. Daydreams is a good record too. I think soul music lovers can relate to it. If you have people that are picky about rap,
right?
Some people are a little bit picky, but I think Daydreams is a record that can introduce folks who are picky about rap. They can check that song out, and it really does. It does I like the combination, and then you have a feature on Daydreams that
Right.
you can chop it up a little bit about the talented Shamira.
Shamira.
Yeah, shout out to
Shamira.
Shamira.
Shamira is pretty cool to work with.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool to work with. Really, really just meeting her. Just I met her officially. Met her last 2019.
Hmm.
I just happened, through Explore. I happened to be in the studio one day when she was recording something, so we met then. And then and then we connected when it was time to work on Daydreams.
Hmm.
We brought it in. She did her thing, killed it. Everybody who listens to Daydreams is like, oh my gosh, who is that? Matter of fact, yeah, everyone's like, who is that? Yo, she did a thing. She killed. Her voice blended.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
she's a beast in the studio. I gotta give her props. She is a
All right.
beast in the studio.
Mm, okay. Now going back to the singles situation. Now we are living in a singles market right now.
Right.
We so it's when you're in the singles flow of things. Right now, people their music taste is they like variety. We're very eclectic, so they might want a Biggie record, and then they'll jump over to a Lauren, and then they might jump over to um, Brian Adams, you know.
Hmm.
Then they might jump over to Nas, and then they might want a Phil Collins record. I mean, you should see some of the playlists people have right now. It's just so eclectic. So it makes sense to be, to a degree, it makes sense to do singles, because it just goes in different directions. When you do an album, it's more than one song, and you want folks to really get the concept, opposed to, yeah, well, I like this one song, and then they run with that one song. But you want people to sort of get a nice concept of you put everything together, and then there's maybe a storyline. um, well, not giving away too much, do you have like a storyline in the songs you have on the EP?
Not a storyline per se,
Hmm.
but there is a theme. There
Okay.
is a theme, and it's I can't say all of my songs because my first two singles I released.
Hmm.
2017, I released "What's Going On," which was a cover of Marvin Gaye, which I guess you could kind of say still love related ish,
Hmm.
sort of. Um,
Well, your Valentines. I mean, come on.
right, right. But then, but then I released "Needed," and "Needed" was "Needed" was just a nice little ode to '90s hip hop, and
Hmm.
that's not love at all. That's me bragging, doing good old New York bragging rapping.
Okay. Well, you gotta. You
Um,
know.
but definitely a lot of what I write just naturally just happens to be relationship related songs, and like you
Hmm.
said, Valentine. It just makes
Yeah.
sense. It
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
works, and so the idea was, hey, let's do something called let's do an EP called Valentine's Day. Play on
And
words.
you're
Play on words,
capitalizing.
and we'll make it a bunch of love songs. I do that anyway,
Straight up, straight, and you're capitalizing on the name. Why not?
right? That was cool, but let's go over take two.
Covered in cocoa butter, skin got the glow when the sun shines on her. Straight from cacao, yo, ebony, wow. Further accentuates the contrast of your smile. It's heavenly. The tone of your skin is like a sweet savor, and the sun only makes your flavor greater. You're a treat so sweet, you got me craving and eating it. The best things on earth have you as an ingredient.
When I was younger, I actually avoided people on Valentine's Day. Always. February 14th, and I was in school, I was ducking. Like, nobody remember my last name today, please.
Oh man! Wow. Well, you love your last name now, do you?
Oh, I love it a lot more. But now I'm like, all right, well,
Okay.
now I'm matured enough that I can be like, all right, we're gonna make this work for me instead of me just trying to hide from people. Even when I was teaching out of high school at one point in time,
Hmm.
Valentine's Day, and sure enough, I'm like, all right, I'm good. Got past the high school days, at least my high school days. And sure enough, one student walks in, hey, Mr. V, ain't it your day?
Oh yeah, they give it to you too. The students will. They'll give it to you. Most definitely, most definitely. So you wanna play a little something for the folks?
Yeah, I
Let's
guess I
see.
could give a little sneak peek of something, right?
Yeah, you're in the studio.
I'm in the
Let's.
studio.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, I see all these monitors and keyboards and
IG.
yeah. Put it to work, man. Let the
There you
people
go.
feel a little
You can
vibes.
see everything else.
Yeah.
All right, let me play a little something. The crazy thing is we actually have Shamira on Let's Groove as well. The beauty of it, I cracked the joke internally and said she's sort of like becoming the Ashanti to my Ja Rule at the moment.
Ooh. All right.
On the music side, at least, just the collaboration aspect.
We'll say bars. That's bars right there. Yeah, I like that though. You see, someone said they give you some fire on that one, right? Who's that?
Right.
Lauren. That's right. That's bars right there. What's up, Winston? I see Winston joined on the IG.
All right. So let's get into it. This is first track off the EP. It's called Let's Groove. I think you're gonna vibe with it. Some of you might have heard a little bit of it earlier, and I'm happy for you to hear more. Let's groove. Let's groove. Let's groove.
Oh, you're killing them. Let's talk about the bass line.
Oh.
Let's talk about the bass line. Let's talk about the bass line. You keeping the secret? You don't want to talk about the bass line? But when the record came on, I saw definitely. IG was really lit there for a second. IG was kind of crazy there for a second. I saw all these fires and 100%, and it's going. And the chat room, Sharian says nice vibes, and good evening, Karen. Karen is one of my co-hosts from Caribbean Feedback. So you want to just give her a shout out there. So let's talk about what were you thinking when you came up with the Let's Groove?
So interestingly enough, and hopefully I don't get sued for this, but I shouldn't. It's different enough. I don't know why I heard this. I don't know if it was on the radio or playing in the house, something like that. Let's groove tonight. Share the spice of life. Boom, 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 boom.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Boom, boom. And, it hit me. I was like, what if I flip that bass line a little bit?
Wait, this is more of you're inspired, right?
Yeah, it was inspiration.
It's more of an inspiration.
It's not a sample, but
you didn't jack EWF, but it's just a little something. And who knows? Why would they want to go after you? I mean, if they do go after you, I mean,
hey, well, listen. If they come after me, that means
stocks are going to be up tomorrow. Like, a lawsuit.
If they come after me, that means I made it. I made it well enough that they want something.
There you go.
But that was the idea. Was let me flip that bass line up, change it up a bit, speed it up, and that's where the idea came from. Let's groove.
Okay, well, I like it. So bring Shamira into the picture. So you had this initially, then you bring her in to do, and I heard some background singing. That was it. You on the backgrounds as well? I heard like a male voice in the.
That is me. That's my
you.
voice.
Oh,
that is my voice.
All right.
Yeah. We're not at the level where I'm gonna be throwing out some singing joints just yet.
Oh, okay, all right.
Not yet.
We're not gonna push.
But so my writing process is I'm naturally, I as a producer I work with a lot of R&B, more R&B than I work with hip hop. Oddly enough, because I was a rapper before I was anything else.
Okay.
But yeah, just in my production, I just locked into R&B singers. I don't know why, but word of mouth is how you meet other people that you work with, and so it was just R&B song after R&B song after R&B project, etc. And so when I was writing songs, it was generally in that vein. And so it's just natural to me now that I'm rapping again, is that I do a mix of both. And
Okay.
so, writing, the verses, of course, and then the choruses are generally some singing involved. That happens more often than not. And so originally, we were trying to figure out, who was going to be the feature on the song back when this was supposed to be the first single. And what ended up happening was, we were looking at maybe kind of break the surprise right now and just go ahead and say the original person we were considering singing the hook for this actually ended up, singing on a different song. That was actually Saeed Bernard from the Four. Had a nice little surprise. I got Saeed on one of the songs. We were initially looking at having him sing on this song, but then we moved on to Daydreams, and when we came back around to it, it was like, well, why don't we just call Shamira back? Yeah, called into the studio. Honestly, I was working on some feature. I was recording a feature for one of the other songs, two of the other songs, and it was like It was like spur of the moment, like, hey, call Shamira. Shamira, you come to the studio.
Okay. Well, shout out to Shamira. I mean, this is definitely glazed. She definitely glazed this one again, and I think folks are going to enjoy the this EP. Now, what are some of the highlights, without giving away too much? What are some of the maybe one or two highlights about the project that folks could look forward to?
The good news, I'd say overall highlight of this, other than just the process of, finally making something like this into my own. And really, this is really a big step for me as far as stepping out into being a full-on artist. And so for me, the main highlight is how much of a step this is, but also, talking with Explore. I know they don't like to be too public, but shout out to Kendu and Dimes. Danny Smooth, that's the team. And the when we're talking through everything, and me kind of hearing what's just being said when we're having meetings with different situations with marketing and stuff like that, is what's being said is like, hey, all 5 of these songs are fire. And we're not choosing a specific single aside from the fact that we put Daydreams out first. But all 5 of these songs to stand on their own. And so I think that's going to be the highlight. Listening through, there's no throwaway song. Every single one of these songs has their own.
No B-side, no B-side record, no fillers,
no fillers.
Okay. All right. Well, we're definitely looking forward to this. Other than capitalizing using the last name, the Valentines and all that, is there something with a little chocolate somewhere around, or is chocolate involved in this packaging?
There actually is a song called Chocolate.
See what I'm saying? See
what
I'm saying?
I had to do it. Actually, so the first, 3 of the songs on the project, Let's Groove, Never Thought, and of course Daydreams. Those I wrote with no knowledge of each other. There was no EP in mind when I wrote those songs. I wrote all 3 of those songs separately. And then when compiling the EP, it was like these songs fit the mold out of the ones that I have all together. Let's put these 3 together, and then I wrote 2 more, which the other 2 would be Valentine's Day and Chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a record called Valentine's Day on.
So there's a record called Valentine's Day. Went ahead, made a title track, and I made another song called Chocolate. Shout out to Dimes. Dimes produced both Chocolate and Valentine's Day. Usually I do all my own production, but
You
Yeah,
stepped out.
he did his thing. And I
Okay.
mean, when you join a team, you start learning how to not do everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hard
Yeah.
lesson to learn, but you learn how to not do everything. And so I was happy to have someone out. In retrospect, like after I did it, it was like, you know what, it was a different experience. But in retrospect, it felt good to say, wow, you know what, I don't mind not having to do all of my own beats.
Right, right. But and it brings perspective too, because now it sort of just make it helps it to evolve or develop into something else that so it still has you in there. It's just that there's some other elements, and it brings perspective and a whole new vibe, and so instead of your album being monotonous, you'd have an album that it's breathing a lot better as well.
Yeah,
When you
indeed. I have to say, these two songs weren't songs I would have written if it was just, my own production. So I wouldn't have came up with these ideas. I was forced to be in a place uh, where I was pushed.
You
I
were
was pushed
pushed.
to be creative in a different way than I was used to.
So was it your idea to have the production done by someone else, or was the label like, hey, let's where did
It
the
was it was suggested. It was suggested. And, because I don't want it to sound like it was a fight. It was no fight involved. It was like, Dimes is a producer too. We work as a team, and it was like, hey, we want two Dime songs on the project. I was like, oh, okay, let me go through the catalog. Something I'm not used to doing is going through beats and trying to pick one. that was an interesting process for me.
you know what too, it shows growth when an artist can do that. That's growth as well, when you can pretty much have other people. And so I experienced that with my single that I just released. When I sent it to a friend of mine he's also an engineer, and he took a listen and he said, "Yo, Sam, you need to do another version." And I said, "Okay, well." He knew the guy. He knew another brother, and they did their thing to it and sent it in, and it was a whole new thing. I'm like, hey, I ain't mad at it.
Right.
And it helps the fans, so they have an album version and they have a remix version, and
Nice.
whoever likes what, put it on your ringtone.
Right. Hey, either way, it's quality.
There you go. That's right. But it's not about quality tonight. It's about Valentine's. All right. Um, so it sounds like the label and the team and everyone was, excited about this. Now, did you have anyone that was kind of like unsure, like, I don't know about this Valentine's thing? Did you had anyone that gave that energy, or everyone was just really for this?
Everybody's been for it.
Okay.
Thankfully, we work really well, where there's a lot of trust.
Mm.
And I'm the newest member to this team, so I think if there's anybody who's kind of like, all right, how's this going to work out? It was me, just because I had to adjust to a team.
Okay.
Where I was used to being, I've been a team to other people. I've been other people's support, but as far as my own creativity, I've always been solo. Aside from like working with bands and stuff in the past, but yeah, when it came to Quincy Valentine, the creative, I've always been solo. And so hearing other people's opinions, when I'm mixing down the tracks and I send a mix over and it's the way that I think is best, and they're like, nah, turn this up. I'm like, we need. I don't like it that high. And now I listen to it, I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm glad I had that feedback, because there's a drastic difference because of the other input that I had.
Yeah, well, again, it brings perspective, really. That's what, at the end of the day, you want a different perspective. So it just opens up everything. Everything, it starts to breathe a different way, because now it's not just from one.
You in my heart-shaped box, give you all my love. To my Lindor, Ferrero Rocher, Ghirardelli, Hershey, to the Milky Way. Godiva, divine is your melanin. I know beauty is skin deep, but I love your skin. Chocolate, beauty so divine, you on another level.
So,
Right.
what would you after Valentine's Day? All right. So after tomorrow, would it be that's going to be it for the project, or you want
Oh
folks
no,
to?
the wonderful thing about these songs
Yes.
is they have, I believe they have a life of their own. So it's not just, all right, it's Valentine's Day, and after this day is over, these songs have no use.
Like Christmas.
Yeah, yeah. These aren't Christmas songs.
All right.
So while I do have a song called Valentine's Day, for example, even though it is, I will call it a holiday song. I don't know too many Valentine's Day songs. They probably exist. I don't know them. Um, so while I did make a little holiday song of sorts, my last name is Valentine, so every day is Valentine's Day.
So we have more people viewing. Please send in a jump in the chat, say hello, um, ask a question. If you have a question, you want to know. I don't know. Do you talk about Cupid in this project? Does Cupid make the list of
Cupid hasn't made the list this time. I don't know. If I do another Valentine's Day. I don't know. We not to give too much away too soon, but this may not be an annual thing. Maybe then I'll do my Cupid draw back your bowl cover. Straight to my lover's heart. Make a hip hop version. There you go. Straight to my lover's heart on me.
That's right. What inspires you? I see it more like a cycle. It's more like a cycle thing. So like how you did this project, and so when this is sort of in the system and everyone is familiar with the songs, and the marketing is done and the videos are done, then you might have a little downtime. But how do you draw inspiration to keep doing new music?
Honestly, I think it comes from just music in general. So I can't even say, so even though I'm a hip hop artist officially,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't specifically draw inspiration from hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a musician. The first thing I took seriously as far as a career was being a musician. And so playing keys and being in bands and being in band classes, learning about jazz and growing up listening to soul, uh, all of that inspires me. So just for instance, just like I talked about Let's Groove, Let's Groove tonight just happened to be on, and I was like, wait, what if I do, and so all of those different sounds, because they hit me at different times, when it's time to create, I end up, I think they kind of amalgamate into one place.
Mm.
And then sometimes it's just, I sit down and have some, once in a blue moon, I make beats for fun. Once in a blue moon. Mostly
Okay.
it's work, but sometimes I make something for fun. But I was actually beta testing, this is a service, shout out to Reason Studios. They put out a subscription service that I was part of the beta test team for. And they were releasing like sound packs on a regular basis. And I believe that's actually how Daydreams happened. Was I just came across a couple sounds and it was like, I can make something around this.
Mm. So new sounds would also give some inspiration.
Right.
Okay. Like of course, I'm also a writer as well. So I like to just ask another writer or another creator, how they tap into, their creative energy and all of that. I
Right.
think you may have had a question
Yeah, it looks like
in
Don asked us a question.
what
All right.
made you want to go from being a producer to an artist?
Right. So it's kind of a complex question, but I can answer it.
Mm-hmm.
So I started rapping when I was about 8 or 9 years old. And so that was the first thing that I ever really, really did. And I played and dabbled with the keyboard because I had one. My mother played keyboard. And so when she got a new keyboard, she gave me her old one and I got to playing around with it. But The first thing I did was rap, and when I was in day camp and we did talent shows and stuff like that, I was performing, and I did it throughout high school, and then toward the end of high school, I ended up giving it up for a little bit. But what I picked up on, there was a studio in my high school, and we were, we learned how to make beats there, and that became like a new love for me, and that's what I built on. And so when I stopped rapping, I focused there. But then I jumped back into being an artist again in college, and I was doing Christian rap. And
wait, hold up. You did Christian rap?
I did Christian rap. Did Christian rap for a little while.
Oh,
I don't have any records out.
I missed that part of the journey. Okay, all right.
It's been a little journey.
Keep going.
I met some people who put me onto it in college, and that started me back on that trajectory. I got taught horribly wrong about music and church, and how that conversation goes, and so that became an outlet for me to still rap. And now I have different beliefs regarding how music is, and so I don't mind, and so I don't have a problem doing secular music and talking about love and topics and still being a Christian. That stuff doesn't bother me anymore, to the point that I need to label myself as a Christian so and so.
Okay.
So initially, but to bring this full circle, initially I was producing a lot of things, and they weren't being released. So from 2010 to 2011 to 2017, I worked on a lot of music that never came out. And as a producer trying to get more work and meet more people and really elevate, that's frustrating. I'm like, how am I supposed to get clients if the work isn't being released? I can't share it.
That's part of the reality too, because when you're creating, you're creating all this material, and you're hoping that you can actually work it in with someone, or even if it's with yourself. So yeah, it is a challenge when you're trying to build your brand. I mean, everyone who you have a lot of musicians and producers, trying to build their brand and get a song placed and all of that. So it is a pickle, but you got to keep trying.
Yeah, exactly that. But
keep going at it.
And what ended up coming to mind was it was basically the end of 2016. I entered this contest. This is where What's Going On came from. I entered this contest Sony ATV was doing. They were looking for covers of stuff in their catalog, and What's Going On was one of the things in their catalog. So I did my thing on that. And I'm like, if I don't win this, I'm gonna put it out. And I didn't win, so I put it out. And then it hit me, the idea, and of course I didn't really capitalize on this until years later. But the idea, and it's not my mindset yet, but this was the first transition into it. Was why am I waiting for other people to put stuff I produce out if I'm perfectly capable of putting music out myself?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, at least you found out sooner than some people do. But I fell into that trap as well, where you create music, and you're waiting for that situation to really use that music. And, after a while, you might have to just, do like Barry White and put it out yourself.
Right.
He was looking for the singer, and it turns out that he was a singer he was looking for all along. And get it out. So shout out to the chat. Thanks, Don, for the question. So tomorrow is the big day. And there's a chance that in about 5 hours, maybe 4 hours, 4 hours and 12, 4 hours and 11 minutes, Valentine's Day should be available for streaming.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is in 4 hours and 10 and 11 minutes. Exactly. That's when Valentine's starts, and that's when
Anyone gets
Valentine's
surprised?
available.
And,
That's,
and
that's when Valentine's Day is available.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
As I said a few times over the last 2 weeks, I'm taking ownership. Valentine's Day is my day now.
Oh, okay, okay. You're doing like Will Smith, huh? 4th of July and.
Yeah, that's the thought. It was interesting years ago before I was putting music out. If someone tried to Google me, it would come out. You couldn't find me. You would find Valentine's Day. It would say Quincy Valentine's Day, as if that's the thing. Because SEO and all that kind of stuff. And now when you looking me up, of course you find me. But here's the goal: is at some point you can't look up Valentine without seeing me.
Hey,
That's the way to go.
I think you might have to start doing the movie. Maybe start writing that movie. There's a movie coming out with Valentine's. You might have to like really go all the way in, write the novel and do the movie. And then come to Musilog and Sam's Digital and let's market it, get it out there for you. Yeah, man. So this has been good though. This has been good. Okay, you were gonna just play like one thing. Oh, you wanted to play something else, maybe a snippet.
I think I can give him a snippet of something else.
Yeah, if you got a snippet or something else, and if we can
and play our way out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save the actual treat until the release, but I'm gonna play another
there's a treat. There's a
I'm gonna
treat.
play another treat. Shout out to I mentioned him earlier. Shout out to Saeed from the Four.
Okay. Yes.
Shout out to Saeed from the Four. So I'm gonna play this song called "Never Thought." This is a song I wrote over the summer, and initially I sung all the parts. I didn't know where I was going with it, and we were considering a song. Back when we were thinking about Saeed for "Let's Groove," and Kendu was like, "Hey, send me something that this dude could really go in on. He's a singer. Send me something he could really, really sing on." And I was like, "Let me try this song. Let me see." And
so the song you're gonna play, you're singing on this?
No. I originally sang on it, but Saeed, we sent it over to Saeed. I sent him, with my vocals on it, so you can get an idea. And my gosh, when I got the song back, I was in the studio with everybody else for those recordings, but Saeed is out in Cali, and so when I got the song back, oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
I was blown away. I was like, he did his thing. I don't even have any notes. We gonna mix this into what we got, and the song is finished.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
Yeah. So I'm happy to share this. This is "Never Thought" featuring Saeed.
I never thought that love could be this way. Never thought I'd fall in love like this, fall in love like this.
So precious, got my heart restless. Rest on my mind, I wonder what my next is. Airline fresh kicks ready to impress this. Game on you, I wonder what line's the best fit. So when you over, I'm going over my checklist so we can move together like butter roll breakfast. I take a pause like wait.
Love might be real. Show me that love might be real. Each and every thought of you makes me want you more. I just want to give my heart, give my soul, give it all to you. Cause you know what to do. I want to give it to you. The way you walk, the way you smile, everything drives me wild. Just the way you are. I'm here in love with you. Every little part of me, man. Love what you
was never thought.
So Saeed is singing on here.
Yeah, that's Saeed singing.
Wow, wow. So this is interesting. So we didn't have much on Instagram this time around, but Facebook got busy. So I guess they when Facebook isn't busy, then they get busy on IG, and then you think that's what's going on here. But
Maybe so.
we have Sharianne says yet another jam. Quincy, lovely music. I can imagine myself bouncing to this. And
Thanks so much.
Diane Roxanne Martin says I like, and she gave you an applaud there. So we want to thank the chat for weighing in on this this new what I'm sorry, the name of the song again?
Never thought.
Never Thought. And so this is not on the EP. This is not what's coming tomorrow, right? This is.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's on the EP.
Oh, this is on the project too.
This is on the project.
Oh well, folks. How can folks get the project? How can folks? I think actually in the notes of the event we do have the link that folks can go on, but you can still
I'll
let folks know.
Whatever, it's going to be on all major streaming services, whatever you use, whether it be YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, wherever you listen to music, it's there. So just search me up, Quincy Valentine. I'm the only Quincy Valentine that does music as of right now. You will find me.
I like that. I like that. Okay, so Never Thought is also on this record. I think you have a couple of some jewels there, man. You got a couple of things that should spark the listeners up.
Right.
And we definitely want folks to. How can folks get in? Well, follow you. I know you're on Facebook, but just give the whole shebang.
Got you. And I'll say this quick, just in case IG cuts us off. You can follow me on Facebook at Mr.Q Valentine. IG the same thing, Mr.Q Valentine. I'm on Twitter as well as Mr. Q Valentine with no dot, but I'm not really on Twitter. But if you want to follow me there, that's cool too. But you can also keep up with me on my website, qvalentinemusic.com, or as well as exploremusicgroup.com.
Okay. Well, let's give the folks one more minute to see if anyone has anything they want to ask. Someone in IG says that they're proud of you.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh, that's. I like that. Shout out to Mom. All right. That's good. And so, yeah, the chat room seems a little bit like, I don't know, maybe they're just waiting until midnight to jump on the stream.
Hey, listen, I think we got them excited enough that they're like, hey, let me hear the rest.
Yeah,
I think they would be satisfied unless we did a full.
And this will be on repeat. Again, so folks can check it out. We want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. We appreciate your support. Those of you who waiting on the chat, those of you on IG, we're seeing some activity on IG over here again. One time we should have a little IG Facebook competition, right? See who can make the most, who can get the most activity. We're probably gonna have to try it out. Shout out to again. I definitely want to just shout out Sticks Bones for being part of the equation of making this happen, where we can connect, and the Musilog folks and the Explore Music Group folks. This is I think we're doing some beautiful things here. It's a wonderful situation, and it's just cool to do this. Please subscribe to you're on YouTube as well, right? So subscribe and follow
YouTube
and
as well.
Do all that good stuff, and send him a few lines and so on. When after you hear the album, go to his music page and put a comment. I'm sure you'd like to have a comment coming through. So anything else you'd like to say before we call it a night?
Just thank you everybody for tuning in. And thank you in advance for, thank you so far for rocking with me all this time. And thank you for checking out the EP. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. And I'm excited to give it to you. We are 4 hours away. And it's launch time. It's Valentine's Day.
The countdown continues. All right. Well, everyone, good night. Don't eat too much chocolate. And don't drink too much wine.
Save some room for the chocolate on the EP.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
One, let's go. I wanna know more. You wanna know me more? Let me introduce you. Take the mask off and get a glimpse of your future. You leveled up to a Mr. Wilson vibe. No Dennis the Menace, that young boy cast it aside. I promise you a good time. I'm trying to ride on this fantastic voyage with you alongside. We gon' glide smooth like we moving on ice. You know if we hit the town, it's a movie tonight.
Let me show you around, treat you like you crown. I'll invoke your smile, just let me hold you down. Let me hold you down.
The vibe is cool with your comfortable shoes. Baby, you can let your hair down, it's alright. Light the fuse, cause we gonna do whatever you wanna do. You know it's alright. Let's go.